What's up, you guys? This is Rob from Plays, and today on The Daily Grind, we're back with another installment of Rob reads you shit that you don't want to read yourself. Now, if you happen to catch another variation of this video floating around a little bit earlier, we're gonna pretend that that never happened, okay? Regardless, the Jovian Concord is coming next week to PC and coming soon to console. And we start things off with this very, very sinister graphic. I hope that that's just an artistic representation of what's going on instead of a literal massive floating Alid V-shaped ship. It's a little too trippy for my taste. Regardless, something sinister is stirring in the Gas City. Rumors are circulating of an alliance between Alid V and our most feared enemy, the Sentients, which to this day I still don't get, because I could have sworn that the Sentients did not like the Orokin and the Warframes slaughtered all of the Orokin, so we should be cool, right? I don't know, I don't get it. Infiltrate the remastered Corpus Gas City on Jupiter, drive your blade through amalgam horrors, unlock the power of the Wisp Warframe, and shine a light on the sinister Corpus plot. The Jovian Concord, and I'll go ahead and play this in the background while we're doing this. Put your parkour skills to the test in the redesigned Gas City of Jupiter, featuring completely remastered graphics, tile sets, and audio design. During your mission, storm your way past gas harvesters and massive reactors to uncover clues to Alid V's deal with the devil and unlock new Captura scenes. Now, I hope to God these Captura scenes aren't hidden behind something ridiculous like crates. And let's tone down the RNG on them, because Rob would like these Captura scenes, okay? All of this is really, really pretty. As you guys know, the Corpus is definitely my aesthetic, and I think that they did an amazing job with this remaster. At least visually. Let's go ahead and move on down. The new enemy type, amalgams. Deep within the walls of the Gas City, the Corpus are making full use of sentient technology. You'll stand toe-to-toe against amalgams, nightmarish Corpus, and sentient hybrid beings. Is this a partnership or a parasitic conjuration? Dun dun dun. Well, I guess it's because they can't make babies here that they have to use the Corpus to make babies, right? New game mode, Disruption. Travel to Ganymede, Jupiter, and survive the all-new Endless Disruption mode. Collect keys from fallen amalgams to activate corresponding conduits, then protect the conduits from the Demolists that will try to destroy them. Each conduit will trigger a random player boon, environmental hazard, or enemy buff. Now, real quick question, because I don't really feel like looking it up, but boon means debuff, right? I could have sworn that they said at some point that we might get buffs, but maybe the buffs that they meant were for the enemies and the debuffs were solely for us. I might have gotten my hopes up there. Regardless, test your strength against the amalgams to earn new weapons and new mods, which we will be seeing later, hopefully. Note, we will be introducing this mode with a clan operation. The node itself can only be played if you've completed the Nata quest. Now, one of the things that I do want to point out is that DE's offices are closed on Monday for a holiday, so you still got time to get your Nata quest done. They're probably not going to launch this until sometime in the middle of the week, so if you gotta kind of push through, you're a little bit newer, maybe haven't done all of your storyline quests, go ahead and knock that one out so that you can go ahead and jump in. Now, beware the Ropalolyst. That's great. I don't know where they came up with these names, but I think that they just found the most difficult way to pronounce things ever and said, just let it run. Challenge the winged beast that makes the Gas City its home, whether up close or at range. The Ropalolyst is a threat few can stand against alone. We'll talk about that in a second. Complete the Chimera prologue to unlock this dangerous fight. Again, if you're a little bit newer, go ahead and get your storyline done, baby cakes. Now, let's take a look at Wisp, and we'll have a chat about Ropalolyst after this. Wisp, the ethereal Warframe, floats through the Gas City as the unseen helping hand. Her light-based abilities provide support to allies, while her unique passive makes her invisible in the air. Defeat the Ropalolyst to earn our 40th Warframe. So, here I was, thinking that the Flydalon that we were going to go up against was actually going to be a real big challenge. Now, when they say few can stand alone against this one, I have to remind you guys that when I first ran into the Exploiter Orb, I literally made it into the last wave of the fight, not knowing anything, not bringing a Warframe that was necessarily equipped to it. So when you say, you know, can't defeat this alone, are we talking about, like, few new players, few mid-range players, or is this gonna be one of those ones where it's, like, really not that hard whatsoever? Because I was hoping for a challenge, but clearly I don't think it's being delivered, because we have to remember, Exploiter Orb, I believe it drops Hildren, and the Prophet Taker drops parts for, oh my god, Baruch, or something along those lines. So a part of me is kind of like, I don't think they're going to be that difficult. Regardless, let's go ahead and jump into Wisp's abilities because there has been a bit of a change. So let's start things off with reservoirs. Choose and summon a reservoir filled with motes that attach to and aid Wisp and her allies. The haste mote green grants increased movement and attack speed. Wish they would have included reload speed in there. That would have been nice. Vitality mote red increases maximum health and heals over time. Shock mote blue stuns nearby enemies. Now here's the thing for me, it would have been nice to see this like CC enemies, and if it happened to kill an enemy, maybe restore some of your health, or not health, your energy. I mean, it's blue, right? That's how blue orbs work. Anyway, moving along, we have Will of the Wisp, which has not changed at all. Cast forward a spectral image of Wisp to confuse and distract enemies. Reactivate to travel its position. I lied because they did add one thing in. Hold to have the image travel faster and teleport to its position on release. Now, I think that this is very interesting, because we've got a couple different key presses here. If you tap it and then re-tap it, you'll go ahead and tap it to activate, re-tap it to teleport, or you have the option of holding it down and then using that to like have a speed boosted one and then release to go ahead and teleport into it. Now, I know this sounds like a very minor thing, but it's mechanics like these that get me really excited, because while this seems small on the surface, this could really mean that Warframes could get different variants of the same ability. So let's picture one Warframe maybe having a slash on the first ability, and maybe if you hold it and then release, you'll do a spinning slash. You know what I mean? Having two different variants of the same ability on the same key press. This is big because consoles have had a bit of an issue with key mapping, and this actually seems like it might be easy. Moving along to the ability that they did change, which is called Breach Surge. Open a dimensional breach to overwhelm nearby enemies and cause them to release aggressive surge sparks when damaged. Okay, so this ability basically creates an AoE around you, and you create these like little seeking charges that basically kind of like stun enemies, and those enemies that are affected, you can actually hit them and they have a chance to release these little projectiles coming off of them. So think of projectiles very similar to when you do the PAX headshot one, where it releases the little wispy looking things. Same thing goes for Revenant when he's got the towers and the towers kind of shoot out those little wisps. That's exactly what it looks like. Now, I like this better than the ability we originally had, because it's not just locked to where your reservoirs are, but instead is also surrounding you at the same time. So I think that's pretty cool. But it also kind of has this offensive defensive thing that Wisp is kind of playing around with, which I think is interesting. Last but not least, we have Soul Gates. Open a portal to the sun to irradiate enemies with a devastating beam of pure solar plasma. Now, in the video, and I'll go ahead and link all of this kind of stuff in the description box just in case you need to get to it, but in the video, they did state that this was going to be heat and radiation damage. Now, the interesting thing that was left out of the video was any kind of notes about its scaling. Same thing goes here, because last time I believe that they had chatted about this, they did say that the longer you held it on an enemy, the more damage it would do to that enemy. So I'm wondering if they got rid of that mechanic completely, or if that's something we'll actually see in game, but they just happened to leave it out of their video and their patch notes. I don't know. Regardless, her passive is phased, and that is flowing between dimensions. Wisp becomes invisible to enemies while in air. Interestingly enough, this actually plays with some mods that we'll end up seeing in a little bit, and I think that you might be able to make a fun invisibility build out of it. It's weird, but hear me out. So we have Tenno reinforcements. Gear up for the coming war, not upcoming war, with these new weapons, mods, and cosmetics. Foemen strike with silent lightning, or the pummeling drum of thunder with Wisp's signature primary weapon. Last time I checked, when you fired that gun, it shot out little beams of electricity. That's still lightning. I'm just saying. Alternate between stealthy short-range electrical discharge and automatic lightning gun. Faster. Wait, pummeling drum of thunder with what? I'm confused. Faster mode switch when used by Wisp. We have the Wisp Gouth helmet, or I don't know how to pronounce that. If you know how to pronounce that, leave that in the comments. A flowing alternate helm for Wisp, which is pictured right here. And then we have the Sirocco Cat armor, fluid and aerodynamic, the signature Kavat armor of Wisp. I hope that they put in some good physics to that, because she's got some good physics on like her skirt portion, and last time I saw that cat thing, it was very stiff. Moving on, we have another weapon called the Comorex. Corpus Ingenuity leverages sentient tech to create a high-capacity sniper of terrifying capability. The Comorex fires a burst-in toxin round. Zoom in to reduce recoil. Zoom again to expand the burst radius and shot power with reduced rate of fire. I don't know how long y'all have been following me on this channel, but I could have sworn that I really wanted an infested sniper that fired a bone that dealt explosive toxin damage. Apparently they're doing it, but they're doing it in a Corpus way. But this is also really, really interesting because it's got two different zoom bonuses. Usually we just have one zoom bonus that is increased the closer you zoom in, but here, zoom in to reduce recoil and then zoom again to expand the burst radius shot power. So basically you get more damage if you're fully zoomed in, and you get a larger radius for that toxin. So that's very, very interesting, and I wonder how reduced the rate of fire is going to be. Regardless, moving on to the Synex. This one I'm really excited for, and the graphic on it looks absolutely gorgeous. Sentient tech merges with Corpus design to deliver this lethal sidearm. Fully automatic, it fires ricocheting homing projectiles that release small clouds of gas on impact. Alt fire to release the remaining clip in a single burst. So it's like Pandero meets, I don't know, bouncy projectiles meets the Pox maybe? There's a lot of things going on with this one, but the visual on this is absolutely fantastic. It just looks like a big old gun, which I can always get behind. The bigger the better, baby. Moving on, we have the Nyx Pasithea collection. Take control with this decadent collection of Nyx deluxe gear, featuring the Nyx Pasithea skin, Anthracyandana, and the Hecticon shotgun skin. Really, really excited for this one, because that shotgun skin is gonna go on my heck, and I'm gonna feel real good. Or my, oh my god, what is the other one that's really, really ugly? Not Corinth, you know what I'm talking about. It's got the barrel, and Strun Wraith. It'll be good. New mods and mod sets. Now, this is where we get into the juice of this stuff. Give your Warframe weapons and more a boost with new mods and mod sets. A set bonus is applied if equipped with mods from the same set. These mods are available as potential rewards from killing amalgams and completing new content in the remastered Gas City. All stats shown are max rank and are subject to change. So, first and foremost, we have the Arrow mod set. The set bonus, damage enemies while aim gliding and put up to 5 of them to sleep on landing. Now, this is where it's weird, okay? So, one is a Warframe mod, one is a sniper mod, and one is a primary mod. So to get the full benefits of this, you're gonna want a sniper as your primary, and you're gonna be aim gliding with this. So, it's a little odd, but okay, we'll see. Arrow Vantage Warframe, 100% reduced gravity during aim glide, okay? 100% reduced gravity during aim glide. Wisp? Anybody? I'm just saying. Arrow Agility Sniper Rifle, 100% reload speed during aim glide. Vectis Prime? Anybody? And then we have Arrow Periphery Primary, negative 50% zoom during aim glide, which will probably make it easier to hit so that you're not so zoomed in while you're aim gliding. So all stats shown their max rank and are subject to change. That's the same all the way down the way. We have the Modus mod set. Set bonus, chance to become immune to knockdown effects while airborne. Wisp, anybody? I'm just saying. Modus Signal Warframe, increased double jump strength by 200%. I'm really curious what the hell this means. Does this mean that your jump and double jump just make you jump higher? Is that what we're saying here? Not 100% sure, but very interested to see how this goes with Zephyr as well, you know? Modus Setup Shotgun, 100% critical chance and status chance for 4 seconds after landing from a double or bullet jump. Now this one is really, really interesting, and I'm hoping with all of my heart and soul that this is additive and not multiplicative. Because 100% critical chance and status chance is really, really nice. I feel like it's balanced at 4 seconds if it is from a double or bullet jump. That might be worth spending a mod spot on if it is additive and not multiplicative. But chances are it's going to be multiplicative and I'm going to want to cry. Modus Impact. So this is a melee mod. Increase range of aerial melee attacks by 2 meters. You couldn't have given us like a 5 meter or like, you know, maybe a 7 meter, because 2 meters is really teensy tiny. I'm just saying it could have been a little more generous with that. And with the bonus being just, you know, not being able to be knocked down. I don't know about that one so much. We have the Proton mod set. Set bonus. During a wall latch, gain 17% damage reduction. Proton Pulse. Warframe wall dashing grants you 200% bullet jump speed. They're really into like a lot of this weird mobility here. And a part of me is kind of like, I don't know if that's gonna be enough to convince me. Proton Jet Rifle. During a wall latch, gain 50% critical chance and 50% status chance. Additive? If it's additive, this could be real good. If it's multiplicative, Proton Snap. Melee. Hold wall latch for 2 seconds to gain increased toxin damage and status chance for a limited time. Now, they didn't have the stats here. They had decent stats on the ones that they were talking about previously, where the things that I'm under NDA and I can't give any actual full details on. The stats seemed a little bit better there, but I don't know. I think they got to be a little bit more generous with some of these numbers and make some of these percentages additive. And then we have additional new mods, Kavat's Grace. Warframe, resist hard landings from fallings at speeds of 40 meters per second. I will not be spending a mod slot on that. I'm just saying. Gale Kick, Warframe. This one is interesting, okay? Warframe, 100% of melee damage is converted into impact damage on jump kick, knocking down nearby enemies on kill. Now, the thing about this is I believe that jump kicking is when you slide in air and you hit an enemy. That's at least what looks like what was pictured. So I'm thinking that that might be a whole lot of fucking fun. It's not going to be like the meta, but I think it'll be really, really interesting. And I'm hoping that when they say 100% of melee damage, I'm assuming that they're pulling all of the mods from your weapons and all of the damage from that is going to be converted into this kick. I don't know. Want to see what happens, because really at the end of the day we could just do a slide attack instead, but this might be a little bit of fun. Now this one is one of the things that I was talking about when it came to Wisp, which was the anti-grav array. Now this is robotic, and I'm pretty sure robotic is just MOA. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Is it Sentinel as well? But I think it's pretty much just MOA. But increase height of owner's jump by 40%. So we get that, and we kind of have things like reduced gravity during aim glide. We have the double jump strength. So there's a lot of like movement stuff here that, while it might not be meta, might be very interesting to be put on Wisp, so that she can stay invisible for long durations of time while she's up in the air. Also with tractor beam on your MOAs as well, that could be an even cooler synergy right there as well. And then we have Automedic. Robotic. Every 3 meters traversed by wall running regenerates 40 health over 4 seconds. This effect can stack up to 3 times. A part of me is a little like, I don't know how I feel about that. That might be a cool way to introduce something to like one of your Warframes, like a healing variant that you could put on a MOA, you know, instead of just like the standard stuff. But me personally, I don't know if I'm going to use that. Let me know down in the comments if there are any mods in here that make you really excited. I know that the only one for me is the Modus setup that I might be interested in, which is the shotgun 100% critical chance and status chance after doing a bullet or double jump. I like the fact that there's a little bit of flexibility with that. But yeah, toss it down in the comments below if there's anything that actually interests you, because for me, a lot of this is like, And then last, they say, enable 2-factor authentication on PC, increase your security, yada, 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 so on and so forth. And then they had, if you have wait, what is this? Not only does this help prevent unauthorized access, but 2-factor authentication will be soon required to trade in-game items with fellow Tenno. if two-factor authentication is enabled after the update is live, you'll receive the Fey Path ephemera via in-game inbox message. Oh, get your Fey Step ephemera. Get that two-factor authentication. Do it. I'll leave a link for the frequently asked questions on that as well. Regardless, let me know how you guys feel about everything that you've heard about so far. Are you guys excited for next week? What is the shining beacon of excitement that you've got going on? Really curious to know. Toss all of your feelings down in the comments below. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.